In today's lesson, I want to be able to go ahead and start working on the firing system for our enemy. And the first thing I want to do is to make sure, if we go ahead and start this up, watch him chase me around a bit. Let's go over here. Perfect, he's just going around in a circle. What I want to do is to make sure that when he's shooting at me, he's not shooting behind himself to get to me, but rather shooting forward. So basically I want him to check to see if I'm in front of him before he even tries to shoot. Or at least in the front half. You know, there's a whole 180 degrees here. Go ahead and pause it. And we'll go ahead and we'll select him. Now remember, he moves forward on the Z. So let's use this red line as the marker for the 180 degrees forward. And let me go ahead and pull up that tool that allows me to draw. All right, so I know this is forward, and this is 0 degrees. And I'm going to go ahead and just switch the color here. And to be in front of them, I want this here angle, which we know is 180 degrees. But the thing is that this part here, we'll switch that color again. Green looks good. From here to here, this is 90 degrees. Then we don't want this area here, which is at 180, but we are going to want this area here. And that's going to be the 270 degrees, which is right here. The 90 is right here. So when we're going ahead to check to see if he's within that angle that I can shoot at him for, we want to make sure that it's actually greater than the 90 degrees, but less than the 270. Hopefully the little diagram helps out here. Let me know down in the comments if you actually like it better when I draw stuff on the screen. Hopefully I'll get a little bit better at it, but anyway, let's go ahead and start writing the code for this. And of course, we're going to make a script for this, which I will call enemy attack. And let's go ahead, open it up. And just like before, we get rid of everything that's in there. And I'm going to start off with a function. It'll be private. I don't need it to return anything, but let's actually do have a return something. Let's have it return a bool, and we're just going to call it in front. So we're just going to check to see if the target is in front of us. And we're going to need to go ahead and get the transform of that target. And we'll do that through a serialized field. And we'll come back in here. And the first thing I'm going to look at is the direction the direction between me and my target, me being the enemy in this case. So I'm going to store that in a vector 3. And I'm going to call it direction to target. And we can simply just take our transform.position minus target.position. And now that we have that direction, we can go ahead and use that corresponding to our forward transform. And with that triangle, go ahead and figure out the angle that he is from us. So this is going to be stored in a float. And let's just call it angle. And we can grab another vector 3 dot angle. And we see that we have the 4 vector 3 and the 2. Well, for the 4, we're going to go from our transform.forward, 1 unit in front of us, and then we're going to go out to that direction to target. Great, that's going to give us the angle. So now all we have to do is check to see if he's within that range that we want. I'm just going to quickly throw out a debug. Actually, let's do a draw line. Transform.position to target.position. All right, so calculating this angle. We don't know if it's going to be positive or negative as far as the 90 degrees goes. So we're going to go ahead and use the math library. And we're going to be calling ABS, the absolute value. So basically it just strips off the negative if there's one there. And we're going to go ahead and get that angle. And we're going to take a look to see if it's greater than 90. Now sometimes I get these backwards. Sometimes I have to look to see if it's less than 90 and greater than 270. Now, it's the exact same formula. It's just sometimes I screw up the greater than less than signs, but it's very obvious when you run in, especially with the draw line, because you'll be like, oh, why is it pointing the line at him when it's behind me? You just come in and just flip your greater thans to less thans, and your less thans to greater thans. All right, so mathf.abs. Again, we'll grab that angle, and we'll say less than 270. And then again, because we have a return type of bool, we're going to go ahead and say return true, because he is in front of me. Now let's go ahead and also return false out here, because if it's not within this range, then we know he's behind us. And we can actually go ahead and change the color of the line as well. So if he is in front of me, I'm just going to use green. If he's not in front of me, I'll use, let's do yellow. Great. Now, just to call this, I'm just going to do it in the update for now for debugging. There we go. We'll save that off. Let's jump into Unity. And I guess I should have unpaused it. I'm going to make sure that script is on the enemy. The target will be the player. Not getting any errors or warnings. Quick save before I hit play, just in case something nasty happens. And let's go ahead and see what color line we get. So we're getting green, yellow. It's all yellow. Let's fly out a bit in front of them now. There we go. As soon as we're in front of them again. Come on. I want to zoom in enough to see it. Really just the line. So there we go. It's yellow when he's circling around me because I'm not within that 180 degrees. But if I go out in front, there we go. We'll let him catch up again. And it's yellow. All right, there we go. Short lesson today because I've got to take care of some business. But anyway, hopefully this helps you out. Next, we're going to go ahead and I guess, well, you can probably guess what we're going to do next. If he's in front of us being the enemy ship again, we're going to go ahead and use a line renderer and just start shooting lasers at us. But anyway, we're going to go ahead. We'll stop this here. And I'll see everyone tomorrow in the next video. Bye-bye. So if you like the video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. It really does help me out here on YouTube. And go ahead and follow me on Twitter. I can be a pretty chatty guy over there when I'm not walking through a forest or being stalked by eagles and falcons, lions, tigers, and bears.